Hey, it is show time here in Vegas. Don't know about Vegas, but it's show time here on the team page. And excited to have everybody who's joining us or plugging in tonight. Um, just do a little few adjustments here. As you can tell, I'm not quite used to the lighting in here yet. I don't really like what I'm looking at right now, but it is what it is. Hey, AJ, how are you? Michelle Brick and Andrew Vach are watching. Now we got a few more joining us as we go. And we'll get things rolling here in a few minutes. Hey, Sabrina, good to see you. Love the videos that you're putting out, the stuff you're doing. It's really cool, especially you with Lisa Hatch. Good stuff out there. And Lorna is watching. Hey, Lorna Pugh, how are you? Delon is on. Big man up out there in Utah. Hey, Jana. Hey, Lisa. Happy Wednesday. So, I don't think Denise is going to be joining us today, but a big shout out to Miss Denise Longton. Most of you know Denise. She's one of our co-hosts on the Live at 11 show. And today is her birthday. So Cindy Clary's on, Cindy Schaefer, lots of people on, Annette Paz is on. Good to see everybody here. Just a couple of things I want to tell you about is one is what we're doing is working. We had a record month in August, and then 2 days ago, today is September the 22nd, and on September the 20th, our team sales exceeded what they were for all of August. Hey, Lori, good to see you. Hey, Annette. Hey, Victoria, good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while. We surpassed August, which was another record month. We've had 7 out of 8 record months. And in September, so now we've got 8 out of 9 record months because September has already passed August. 2 days ago, it passed August. So cool stuff there. And that's, due to what y'all are doing out there, due to the contacts you're making, due to the people you're enrolling, due to the customers you're bringing on, due to all the things that you as a team are doing. We appreciate that. And so had a question somebody said to me, because we've been focusing a lot on numbers, getting out there and recruiting people and doing some recruiting of people you may not know and saying, hey, saw your post on the Champion site. It's the other way around. And really appreciate that. Want to get straight to the point. We don't know each other, but I'm impressed with you, and I'm expanding my business in Carolina Beach. And I wanted to know if you'd be open to taking a look at an opportunity to create some additional income on a part-time basis that won't interfere with what you're currently doing. If you are, I'll be glad to send you some information. If not, no big deal. Have a great weekend, Alan. So I had some people say, well, how do you handle the negatives? How do you handle, hey, Debbie Stella, how are you? How do you handle the haters? How do you handle people that come back with a snide remark? And so, if you look at what's going on right now in the world, it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know how else to put it. I was talking the other day, working with somebody, and I said, one of my favorite sayings is, and y'all will get a kick out of this, especially those who have heard me say it, is, isn't that something? Isn't that something? Because that's kind of the way you got to look at things. Isn't that something? People are going to be people. Loving people live in a loving world. Hostile people live in a hostile world. It's the same world. We all live in the same world. Hey, Allison Schaefer, good to have you on. Some people are just haters. That's just what they are. They're gonna be haters. They're gonna be negative. And so, how do you handle them? Well, it depends on the situation. A lot of times, you got to realize that there's a saying out there that says, "Hurting people hurt people. Hurting people hurt others." So I kind of look at that and say, what did they say? Were they really hating on me? Because I can tell you that it's got nothing to do with me personally. Negative people, people who have bad attitudes, people who are haters. It's really nothing to do with me or me personally. It's got nothing to do with the message that I sent them. I simply asked them if they were interested in taking a look at an opportunity or a product. So their negativity stems from either their lack of knowledge, lack of wisdom, lack of consideration. Some of them have been burnt before. Some of them had bad experiences before, and it's not always talking about the direct sales business. It can be, hey, Betty Carter, good to see you. They could have had bad experiences in life, and they're just negative. They're just, I was reading something today about, and it kind of struck my eye. Hey, from Kingsport, Tennessee, Betty. I love Kingsport. I love Tennessee. If you go out to the Southwest Desert, Arizona, out there where AJ and some of the other folks live, or so if you go out there and you catch 100 red fire ants, and you also catch 100 of their large black ants, and you put them all in a jar together, 100 red fire ants, 100 large black ants. If you just put them in there together, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. They'll just hang out together. It's not a big deal. They're okay. But if you shake the jar, shake it up, and pour them on the ground, they'll start fighting until they kill each other, until they're all dead. The red fire ants will think, well, the black ones are the enemy. We got to kill them. The black ones think the red ones are the enemy. We got to kill them. But the real enemy is the person who shook the jar. That's the real enemy. That's the one that you call it stirring the pot, shaking the jar. You see, you can be a red fire ant or you can be a black ant, but if somebody's shaking the jar, and that's what you got to ask yourself is who's shaking the jar. So when you think about that and you think about that, what that means, loving people live in a loving world, hostile people live in a hostile world. There's a lot. This is not political. I'm not trying to go political. I don't even want to talk about politics. But what I want to say right now is this is that everybody loves freedom of speech and everybody loves their freedom and freedom of speech. But you've got to realize that freedom of speech gives me the opportunity and the right to my speech and my thoughts that may be polar opposite of what yours are. And that's okay if you believe in freedom of speech. That's okay. And there are a lot of people in today's world who don't want you to feel that way. They want you to think, well, if they don't agree with us, they must be red fire ants. And they don't agree with us, they must be black ants. And so we got to shake, they're shaking the ants up and saying, well, if they don't, but see, you're either for freedom of speech or you're not. You're either for opinions or not. And so when you get haters talking about, and if I send somebody that question and they ignore me, it's not a big deal. I'm going to wait a couple of days. 2 days. Now, I avoid following up and hitting people up on Sunday just because, number one, I try to take that day off myself, and number two, a lot of other people do too. And so there are people who celebrate their Sabbath is Saturday. That's okay too. So I wait a couple of days. If they totally just ignore me, I'll wait a couple of days. And then I'll send them a message. And the message is the takeaway. See, I'm still polite and I'm still kind. And I say, hey, Susie, sent you a message a couple of days ago. Clear the timing must not be right for you. No, hang on a minute before I say that. there's a couple of different people that I'm messaging, on Messenger and even on text messages on Messenger, you can see if they saw it. The little bulb, the little circle lights up, right? The little circle lights up. And I know that you saw that message. If the little circle doesn't light up, you may have seen it, but didn't open it. You with me? And so if I'm contacting people that I don't know, the message is, hey, Susie, saw your post on the Champion site, loved it. I agree. I think that, the Champion Sportswear is the best. And hey, listen, I saw your post, saw your profile in my friends list. We don't really know each other, but I like what I saw. And so if they're not a friend, then the message goes into a message request. Like, hey, Alan's trying to message you. And see, I don't see that very often. I don't see message requests very often. I just don't. I'm not looking for them. I don't pay attention to them. Some people see them quicker than others. So I may go back into the comment on the page where I saw them. If they're commenting on the Champion page, and I'll go and comment and say, hey, FYI, I loved your comment, love your post, love this, whatever it is they put out there. I sent you a PM or sent you a private message or sent you a Facebook message, whatever you're comfortable saying. And that lets them know, hey, you sent me a message. A couple of days go by, they don't respond. Okay. So you've got to let them know. And then if they did, and then, so I'm going to say, hey, if I see that they saw it, the little thing lights up and they're ghosting me, and it's funny how that's a term now, ghosting somebody. The takeaway is so important because as Lisa just said, and Jamie says, hey, yes, it's important to acknowledge people's content. That's so important when you're reaching out to people. Why me? Why me? Why me? But so why did you reach out to me? But the takeaway, so 2 days go by, they're ghosting me. The takeaway is this. Hey, Susie, sent you a message a couple of days ago, saw that you saw it. Clearly, the timing must not be right for you, but still would love to know. You're a person that I like, admire, and respect what you're putting out there. And so I would love to know if you knew anybody or could refer me to anyone who's looking for an opportunity to create some additional income on a part-time basis that won't interfere with what they're currently doing. You see, I know the time is not right for you. That's the takeaway. You didn't respond to my message. I'm not even going to say that. The timing must not be good for you, right for you. That's the takeaway. But I like what I see. You're an influential person, somebody that I think could very well help me and possibly refer some people to me that could be looking for an opportunity like this to create some additional income on a part-time basis that won't interfere with what they're currently doing. If you do, please let me know. I'll be glad to send them some information. If not, no big deal. No big deal. So you see, I'm continuing to follow up. Then I'm going to wait about 5 days. 5 days. That's why it's important to give a follow-up list. Because, folks, I can tell you that if you're sending out, 200 messages a week, I'm scrolling looking for people, and I have to go back in and type in their name under new message because I can't find them. I'm talking about the people that I talk to all the time. I can't find them because they're way down my messenger list. You got to have a list of the people you want to follow up with. Keep that list going. So now the question is when do I cross them off the list? So if they come back with a negative, snide, sarcastic remark, if it's an attacking negativity, I'm going to say, God, isn't that something? Isn't that something? That person must be having a bad day, having a bad life. They're just they got some stuff going on. And I'm going to move on. I'm going to still leave them on my message list, or I might say, hey, sorry you feel that way. See, that's a classic response. Sorry you feel that way. Sorry I disturbed you. But if you happen to run into anybody that could be looking for an opportunity like we've got to earn some additional income on a part-time basis, you see, I was in the restaurant business for 21 years, consulted in it for several years, and we used to have a saying, you kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. You see, because then they're like, dang it, I can't. See, they're trying to push your buttons, but they can't. You're killing them with kindness. And guess what? A week from now, they may be over the fact that their girlfriend broke up with them on text message, or their boyfriend dumped them at the ball game while they were there watching the ball game, and their boyfriend dumped them and walked out and made them get a ride home. You know, I'm just using, who knows what happened, but they may get over that. And if you're nice to them, you kill them with kindness, then guess what? They may come back and say, hey, follow up. You never know. You never know. Okay? So you want to be positive about it. You want to be encouraged. And some people are just asses. They are. No big deal. I don't want to do business with those people anyway. Does that make sense? Is everybody with me on that? So, you know, it's important to follow up with people. Now, what about we talked about the ghosters, we talked about the haters, we talked about, you know, the people that are negative, the ones that don't do anything. And so when people start, you know, asking questions, or, you know, hey, well, is this network marketing? Is this, you know, then here's my response. Do you like network? See, you're always asking questions. You're always asking questions. I send Susie Q a message. Susie Q responds back. I had a girl, I talked about this several weeks ago, who I sent her the message. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Her son used to play football for my brother when he was coaching football. And she never played for me that I was aware of anyway. And she said, as long as it's not network marketing, my response, you're going to love this. And so the information I sent her was the affiliate page. The affiliate page. And so she said, hey, I'd like to try some products. She ordered product. Hey, and if somebody says, is this network marketing? Do you like network marketing? Is this MLM? Do you like MLM? Is this one of them pyramid things? Do you like those pyramid things? Question mark. They're going to say, well, some of them are okay. They're going to say, well, yeah, I've tried them before, or no, I hate them. My response is, no worries. You're going to love this, no matter what they say. Yeah, I like network marketing. Great. You're going to love this. I hate network marketing. Great. You're going to love this. Now that tells me what to send them. If they say, I hate network marketing, I send them right to under the community tab. I send them to the affiliate page, pull up the affiliate link, and I send that to them. Check this out. You're going to love it. They don't have to be in the network marketing aspect of it. Did a 3-way call for a girl today, one of my team leaders. And she, it's been several years since she's been in network marketing, but she was a top 5 income earner with the company before, doing very well. And she put me on a 3-way call with somebody today. And so when they talked about the cost, she said, well, how much does it cost to invest? She said, I was with another company and they charged me $1,500 just to get started. I said, well, ours is only $3,000 to get started. And the girl who put her on the 3-way call, my downline was laughing. And I said, no, I'm just kidding. I said, again, so I said, let me ask you a question. We were on a call with AJ a while back. I was doing a 3-way for him. So when somebody says, how much does it cost, or how many hours do I have to put in, I answer that question by saying, how many hours do you have available each week to put in? I'm going to tell you that 9 times out of 10, they tell me between 10 and 12 hours a week. Probably 95% of the time. They'll say, I can invest 10 to 12 hours a week. And my response, great, that's perfect. You know, our model is built around part-timers, and most of our part-timers put in between 8 and 12 hours a week, or put in between 10 and 12 hours a week, exactly what you want to put in, and they're very successful at it, which is true. How much does it cost to get started? How much are you willing to invest? How much would you be willing to invest? Because this lady I was talking to today, I said, where do you see yourself? Let me put my notes back up here. Where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, and a year? She said, in 6 months, I'd like to be earning $3,000 a month. No, she said, I want to earn $3,000 a month. I said, how long do you give yourself to do that? She said, between 3 and 6 months. I said, great. And in order to earn $3,000 a month, $36,000 a year, how much are you willing to invest? How much are you willing to invest? She said, well, you know, I could invest about $800. About $800. She just said she can buy an Advantage pack. Well, I can invest $300. Okay, great. There's the next pack down. This is right at $300. So, you know, ask them the question. Let them give you the answer. See, a lot of times we're scared that they're going to say, oh, is how much to join? How much is it? So, haters, questions. Well, here's what happens is this, is all of a sudden when people come back to you with negativity, with a negative comment, with questions about money, with questions about what's going on, what happens is all of a sudden you get a little scared. What are you scared of? If they say how much, if they say, well, I don't have time, I don't think I have enough time, they're interested. They're interested. You got the upper hand. You got to posture up. You got to realize what an amazing opportunity we have. You see, people don't join what you're selling. They don't join your team. They join what you believe in, what you believe. Let me repeat that. This is important. This is important. People don't join a company. People don't join a startup. People don't invest in a business. They only invest in what you believe in. You've got to be confident. You got to be secure. You got to be confident in what you're talking to them about. And they got to feel good. They're listening to your tone. See, it's subconscious. They don't even, they're not saying, well, let me see here. Does Alan, does he sound confident? Is his voice shaking? Is he looking away? Is he scratching his ear? Is he picking his nose? You know, all those are signs that he doesn't believe it. No, it's just a natural occurrence. Just like a dog can tell if you're scared, you can tell when you're talking to somebody. Here's a perfect example. When a telemarketer calls, how long does it take you to figure out they're a telemarketer? When a telemarketer calls, how long does it take you to figure out they're a telemarketer? Not long. Not long. Because most of them don't believe in what they're trying to sell you anyway. They're there for a job job. That's a job to them. They don't own the company. They don't own the company. People don't buy what you sell, they buy what you believe. People don't join what your company is, they join you and your belief. So be positive, be inspiring, be encouraging, be confident in what you're doing, and tell it like it is, and let them know, hey, this thing is rocking. We're having a great time. We're setting all kind of records. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So again, haters gonna hate, as what's her name says. I can't think of her name right now. You know, tall girl. Well, anyway. Loving people live in a loving world. Hostile people live in a hostile world. If somebody disagrees with you or wants to be negative, whatever, you just say, isn't that something, and move on. Because they're not paying my bills. They're not putting a roof over my head. Their opinion of me doesn't matter. And they really don't know enough to have an opinion of me. So take that, go out there and be confident in what you're doing, confident in what you're presenting, realizing what you have your hands on, and just be confident. Taylor Swift. Thank you, Debbie Stella. Haters going to hate. That's the funniest song. The video is even funnier. But anyway, haters going to hate. Everybody has haters. There's only one way that you can avoid haters. One way. Let's do nothing. If you just do nothing at all, you're not going to have any haters. But if you do anything, you're going to. Red ant, black ant, who's shaking the jar? Don't worry about it. Move on. We've got a goal. We've got a mission. You have goals. You have plans for yourself. You have greatness within you. You're able to accomplish more than you ever thought you can once you believe in yourself and believe in your product and believe in your company. You'll be blown away. All right, gang. It is, what time is it? 9:25. I'm out of here early, 5 minutes early. Let's close the month strong. You got, what is it? Today's the 22nd, so we got 8 days, 30 days in September. Autumn, fall, and November, whatever that rhyme is. So let's make it happen. Let's rock and roll. Appreciate every one of you. Love you. Have a great day.